Hello, it's Carrie Steger, and I'm coming live from my kitchen this morning. Gonna make an apple spice cake with salted caramel sauce, and I'm gonna make some fresh whipped cream with our gourmet toffee apple crisp syrup to go on it. So I'm going to show you a few of our Pampered Chef tools to do this. So you just hop on and off if you like, or you can watch it later. But if you hop on, say hi so I know you're here. So this recipe is super easy. It takes oil just to keep this is going to go in the microwave, by the way, in the deep covered baker to show you. Some people call it the magic pot. So this is made of the stoneware. It's super pretty, and it goes in the microwave. It also can go in the oven, but it's our stoneware. Say good morning if you're here. But this recipe is super easy. I had applesauce, I had the cake mix, so bear with me here, and I'm going to just start this and just cook it right along with you. So I've got some oil just to brush my pan. Just a tiny bit of oil. Good morning. If you're hopping on, we're making apple spice cake with salted caramel syrup. And this has got apples, a cake mix, applesauce. The caramel is made with syrup, butter, and salt. That's all that's going to go on my stove for like the caramel sauce. And I've got my butter over here, but I'm going to mix up my cake mix and my applesauce with my mixer. And then we'll rinse it out, and while it's baking, good morning, Miss Debbie. Good morning, Becky. While this is in the microwave for like 9 or 10 minutes. So it made my heart sad when they discontinued the rock crock, but this magic pot, this deep covered baker, does the same thing. So I figured I'm going to try this and see how it does. I've made lava cakes in here before, so I'm going to try this. So I've got my oil just spread around in the deep covered baker. So the cake mix is going to go in my mixer, and I could just use, if I don't want to use my mixer, I could just stir it up in a bowl. But it takes an apple spice cake mix and then 1 1/2 cups unsweetened applesauce. So no eggs or anything in here. So I'm going to put it in my mixer, and I've got my handy dandy scissors here, so maybe I don't make a mess. Let's see. Hope that spice cake smells so good. You know, and if you're really good, you could do this from scratch. This Pampered Chef is not that good. I take shortcuts. It's okay. So, I've got my measuring cup. So 1 1/2 cups of unsweetened applesauce. So we have a surplus of applesauce around here right now. So, what are you all doing? I just figured I'd hop on and show you this easy, quick recipe. If you have the rock crock, you can do it in the rock crock. If you have the deep covered baker, you could do it in the deep covered baker. And I thought this might be something fun for fall. You know, some people don't like pumpkin. Some people just like apple. But this smells wonderful. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use my apple corer and cut up the apples and put it in the bottom of the pan. I'm going to use a couple extra apples, maybe. We have a surplus of apples. I told y'all, CD has been eating apples like crazy. So this might be something easy for your family. And I'm just going to mix this up. And while that's going, I'm going to use my good morning. I'm going to use my apple corer and do my apples. core them and slice them. I washed them already, so you'll see. Look at that. So I'm going to lay these apples in the bottom. And just you know, I'm hoping this doesn't overflow, right? I've only done that once. But we like the apples. My mama basically used to do cooked apples all the time. I might could get by with just 2 apples. One more. This apple core is pretty cool. It's sharp though, so just be careful. So kiddos could use this with your supervision. Our mix is about done. The camera shows everything backwards? What? I'm not really good at this. So, anyway, you see that? I wonder how I can fix that. Somebody help me. That's technology savvy. Alright. This smells so good. And again, this is just a cake mix, apple spice cake mix and applesauce. No eggs, no oil. So it looks just like a cake mix. And make sure I haven't forgotten anything. Got my apples in the bottom of my pan. Microwave covered on high for 10 minutes. So let's get this in here. This smells so good. We'll have this at lunch today. Get my bigger scraper. These scrapers are amazing. It gets every last little bit out. And I'll wash my bowl really good, and then I'll make my whipped cream. Anybody make fresh whipped cream from home? I'm excited to try it with this apple toffee syrup. We've made apple toffee syrup lattes with the coffee maker. So we've done lots of things with this syrup, but I hadn't thought about whipped cream until last night. I was like, I could make homemade whipped cream. And if it turns out good, I bet you could even put it on top of your coffee. I'm reading comments. Miss Debbie says, the camera shows everything backwards and your kitchen looks so different on camera. That's funny. Miss Debbie has been in my kitchen. Alright. So I'm going to just put this cake mix and apples. I'm reading comments. So this is going to go in the microwave with the lid on the Magic Pot for 10 minutes, it says. Make sure I get all this good stuff out of here. And the apples will cook So there's what it looks like. And you know, we've got that apple crumb spice cake mix that we sell. I thought about trying that, but I haven't done that yet. So, lid on, 10 minutes, microwave. And then I've got my gourmet toffee apple crisp syrup. Don't think it takes very much. Alright, so I'm going to make my whipped cream next, and then I'm going to make my caramel sauce last. Yes, Miss Debbie, you need to try this for your little family. Super easy. 2 ingredients in a cake. Who thought that it could get easier than the chocolate lava cake with 3 ingredients? So, for the cake, I use this attachment. For the whipped cream, I'm going to use this attachment. I love my mixer. It times everything. Alright, for my whipped cream, so I'll share this. Good morning. I will share this. This is different flavors of whipped cream that you could do. So it takes, overall, 1 cup of heavy whipping cream, and then powdered sugar. It just depends. It looks like 1, 2 to 3 tablespoons to make it a little thicker, and then whatever flavoring you're going to use. So I thought, I have all this hot chocolate mix. I might make some like chocolate whipped cream sometime. Go on pie. So, but I need a cup of heavy cream. Say hi if you're here. Are you here, Miss Sherry? So this is just something easy. And we'll just keep a watch on my deep covered baker. Like I said, I've only made a mess one time where I had used a different like microwave I wasn't used to. So 1 cup heavy whipping cream. Get every last little bit out of here. Don't like to waste. And then I've got my powdered sugar. It says I'm going to do 2 tablespoons to start with. And then if I need to add more, I can. And then for your flavoring, like some of these are peppermint, almond, cinnamon. So for like the extracts or whatever, I'm going to use a tablespoon of this toffee apple crisp and see how that does. I'm reading. Debbie, I have not seen that, but I have been using my hot chocolate and my espresso pods, and that is a really bad habit to have. I may do two. And we'll just have to add more powdered sugar to thicken it up. Alright, so let's show you before. See? And then I'll show you after in a minute when it's done. I'm going to do the whip setting on the mixer. And it goes for 3 minutes. So I'm going to use, I've got my butter in the pan, and then for the syrup, it takes a half a cup of syrup, 2 tablespoons of butter, and salt. It doesn't say how much salt, so I'm guessing we're going to guess. Here's my salt. I'm going to wash my cup. Some mom likes syrup on her waffles, so I always have syrup. 1/2 cup. My cake only has 2 minutes left. And that's going to be the caramel sauce. It's starting to make the liquid. So it's got a minute left. So it's got a minute left. So I whipped up the cake, the whipped cream, and I'm doing the caramel sauce now too. So you saw how fast that was. The cake has a minute 30 left and it smells really good. Smells really, really good. So Miss Debbie, I love that electric grinder. Yes. So let's. There's your whipped cream. Let's see. So Grammy and Mama will be my taste testers. Stir my. So this is like the cake tester thing. Cake tester releaser. You use one end for like your cupcakes to release it. And then that's like your toothpick on the end. So I'm going to check my cake. So I bet it's really hot. So I'm going to check it, and if it's not done, which it's coming out clean, I might need to do another minute. The apples, if I do it too much, it'll be dry, right? It looks really good. Let's see. I'm going to put it back in there for a minute. Can you see? And then we'll put our caramel on there. I'm going to do one more minute in the microwave and just see. I'm going to stir my caramel. So, what do you think? Is that pretty easy to do? So, I'm reading. So, let me know that you've watched this. It's super easy. There's 7 of you here. Say hi so I know you're here. And then, just to recap, we made the apple spice cake, and all I did was mix it with applesauce, 1.5 cups of applesauce. And in the mixer, and then I put it in the deep covered baker in the microwave for, I did 10 minutes, but I put back in there for a minute. And then I did the whipped cream with heavy whipping cream, powdered sugar, and the toffee apple crisp syrup. And then I've got the caramel on the oven, on the stove eye, and it's got butter, syrup, and salt. Super easy. Yes, Miss Debbie, make it. Share this video for me, honey. I'm going to show you the cake one last time. This is the magic pot. This is the deep covered baker. So you can do like chicken fajitas in there. You can do anything you want to. So I believe that it's done. I don't know if you can see. So all that is apples in the bottom. It's like an apple spice cake, y'all. Super easy. I'll put my caramel sauce on top of it. And they can put their whipped cream on it when they... So, it's coming out clean. It's done. So, that was in the microwave. The apples are cooked. Super cool. So, I'll eat this for a few days. But yeah, it's done. And I'll pour the caramel sauce on top. Would y'all make this? So that did not take long to get that to boil at all. You can see. If y'all ever made one of those little poke cakes where you poke holes in it and then put the juice, like the good stuff, down on it, that's what this looks like. So this syrup will like crust over and it'll set up. see. Alright, thank you all for watching. I'll take pictures. Have a good day, and I'll share the recipes. Thank you for sharing the videos.